Okay, hi, this is Sheryl with Gemsal. This is part 2 of the tea bag holder tutorial. So where I left off, I was saying that I needed to put tape right here on the spine here as well as here on the hinge. So that's all I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to put score tape on that because this is the way in which I did my hinge. Okay, and I'm just adding tape just to the edge. This is tape is a 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's a 1/4 inch tape. I typically use 2 sizes from of the score tape, the 1/4 inch and the 1/8 of an inch. Those are the 2 sizes that I typically use. I guess this will probably work well if you guys tried to use, or if you wanted to use your ATG tape. I just use the Score Pal tape only because it is a little bit stronger. It's the only reason why I use this one. It's a little bit stronger, it sticks a little bit better. And I want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Even though I am going to be using ribbon to kind of cover this up, I still want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So, let's see, almost done. Let's see. Okay, so now that I have this on here, let's see, I'm just going to reinforce this just a little bit so that when I peel it off, I get a good stick. Just peel this off. Like that. Now, I did glimmer mist the ribbon. As I said before, the ribbon is white. And I glimmer misted it like a marshmallow color first. Then I believe it's slate is the color. And then I glimmer misted it another purple. Because I wanted to pick up the purples in here. At first I wanted gray, but then I decided that to pick up a hint of purple would actually be good because this paper pack did use a lot of purples in it. So I'll show you guys that in a minute. So all I'm going to do now is take my spine piece. And again, this is 3.5 by 3. So I'm going to take this piece and I am going to try to center it. Okay. And I want to make sure that I have a little bit of overhang on each side. And if it helps, try, of course, to get it straight. And of course, because this is score tape, once it's down, it's down. Okay. So now that I've stuck that down, all I'm going to do is kind of smooth that all the way. Okay. So now this is what it's going to look like. Sorry, I was out of frame. Okay, so this piece here is open and this piece is open. Okay, so all I'm going to do is kind of mold it just a little bit so that when I stick it down it won't be so stiff. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put some score tape on this side here and this side here and stick that down. Okay. And then, once I have this stuck down, I am going to ink my edges. Only because I can't help myself. So, this isn't something that you guys have to do. I do. I don't know. I just can't help myself. I have to ink my edges. And I'm just going to grab my 1/8 of an inch tape. Because this side is a little bit shorter. I don't want all that extra tape hanging off. Let's see. There we go. Okay. That off. Alright. There we go. And then, let's take this piece off. And stick that down. Okay. And so, this is spine of my book. Makeshift anyway. Okay. There we go. All right. So let me ink these edges really, really quick. And then we can get started on putting the ribbon, the trim. So again, like I said, just really quick. I'm not concerned with making sure it's, you know, all over. I just want to make sure that it's not such a stark white showing up underneath this purple trim. So I do want to kind of tone this white down just a bit. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was such a big glare with that light. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just smoothing this down in the middle. Just to tone this white down because I don't want it to be so stark. Okay? So that's the way it looks. Doesn't have to be pretty, just something really quick and dirty. Okay, so now let me go ahead and show you the trim. Okay, so here's the trim. Like I said, I've already glimmer misted it. And it is a little bit of a grayish purple. No, it looks kind of gray there. Maybe it looks kind of purple here. But it is really pretty. It turned out really cute. It's the camera isn't picking up what color it really is, but it's gorgeous. I actually really, really like it. So what I'm gonna do is I've put my fingers right here. Sorry about that. Like this and like this. Okay. So I can kind of keep it the way I need it to be when I mold this. And so for this particular ribbon trim, I don't know if you guys have it or if you plan to use it, I cut it at every 5th swirl, okay? Because that's all you're gonna need to go from right here to right there, okay? And that's it. And that's all I'm doing. And the reason why, I'll show you why I was inking the edges. If you can see, you can actually see through that and you see a little bit of the white. That's why I wanted to tone this down so it wasn't so stark. Okay, so all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my hot glue gun and I am going to put hot glue right here in the middle of this strip and I'm gonna adhere it down. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me get that together. Get my glue gun. It's been on for a while, so it should be nice and hot. And shouldn't have any problems. So like I said, I'm just putting glue right in the center. I'm gonna try to be very, very fast and get in frame. Okay. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So that's one. Now, what I like to do is just kind of measure this out to just see and make sure that it's going to look okay if I do it that way. After I put the first one down, I kind of just measure out the other two, just so I know how I have to have this this ribbon trim situated on here. Whether I need to scrunch it up a little bit, or if I need to overlap, or if I have enough to do spaces. So what I have to do is I have to overlap the lace trim on the bottom of the first one with the top of the second one. So basically this lace trim here needs to overlap on that one right there. Okay, so let's go ahead. Sorry about that. Okay, what's up with my lighting? Now it looks totally crazy. All right, let's see. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Alright, sorry I was crooked, but I had to be able to see. And I'm just mashing this down just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't move. And so now you can see the book taking shape. And I like the way this works out because it is actually very flexible. It's not stiff at all. Okay? Alright, it's very, very pretty. I like that a lot. Alright, so let me go ahead with this one. Okay. And again, I'm just overlapping the lace at the bottom of the other one to the top of this one. And just mash down. Doesn't take a lot of glue, but a nice strip will do. It'll suffice. Okay? Here we go. Now for the last piece. Alright, there we go. So I'll just smash that just a little bit to make sure it adheres. And there we go. There's my book. Okay, so now I'm all, oh, sorry, got a little tongue-tied. All I'm going to do now is, because these edges right here are just so rough, I want to make sure I put something there just to try to finish that off a little bit. And also what you need to do is you need to lift up the edges, the corners, just to make sure you don't need to add some glue anywhere. So like right here, I'm going to add a little bit of glue right there just to make sure that this stays down. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, just to make sure. Okay. And so like right here, I need to add a little bit of glue, just to make sure I don't want any of my edges coming up. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot of glue. Just a little bit. Okay. So that's okay at the top, and that's okay at the top. So it was just the bottom two, okay? Alright, so now the book is coming along. Okay. So now, I took out some trim, because I thought I wanted to put some trim. So let's see which trim I'm going to go with. I took out this like bling trim here. Although I don't think I want to use this. Let's see. What do you think? Do you like that bling trim with this? Or what about this gray flat back pearl? See, there's the edge of this one. Let's see. I could put this here, although I don't really like that either. So I think I'm gonna go with this bling trim, because I actually do kind of like the way that looks. So let's see, what do you think? The bling trim, just on the edge. And the bling trim would be right here. Just a little bit, not a lot. It's either that or do another ribbon, and I'm not quite sure which ribbon I would actually like to do. I actually do kind of like the bling. So, let's see. With the bling trim, I just need to measure. Grab some scissors really quickly. Let's see. Okay. So all I'm going to do is just measure it out really quickly, just by using my thumb. So, let's see that one. And snip that one. And then I'll just use the same one to measure it. Sorry, I'm out of frame. I'm just cutting my trim. Okay. Now, here comes the wonderful task of how do I put it down? Do I use hot glue, or do I use my score tape? And I think I'm going to use the score tape only because it is less messy. Excuse me. So Okay, I'm just going to put the score tape on the back. Okay. I don't want the hot glue to ooze everywhere and not get my intended target. So that's why I'm actually using the score tape. And I'm just putting the score tape on the back, and then I'll smooth that in a minute. Let's see. Okay, almost done. Okay, here we go. Let's put this back there. Okay, so all I'm doing now is I'm just using my fingernail to actually kind of smooth this in just a little bit more, just to reinforce it, to make sure that the glue actually stays on and sticks once I take this tape backing off. Okay, so once I take the tape backing off, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth up the edges just a little bit to make sure that the glue is only where I need it to be, at the top and the bottom. And now let's stick it down. Okay, I know my knuckle is in the way, sorry about that. Okay, so can you see that? It just goes all the way down. And so all I'm doing is just pressing this down to make sure that it stays put. Okay, that's all I'm doing. So now that I've done that, I can go ahead and put it on the front piece. Okay, so again, I'm just going to use my fingernail just to kind of make sure that this gets a good stick on the back of this trim. And take the backing off. Oh, see, it didn't stick too good, it came up. Let's try the other end. Here we go. So you take that off. I'm just going to smooth this down. Sorry, I know my hands were like all in the way. Okay. Now, and stick this down. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to make sure I get it straight. Okay. So now, just pressing this down just to make sure I get a really good stick. And then once it kind of sets too, if I don't mess with it for a while, it'll also set that way as well. Okay, so this is actually my book. Okay, so you can just kind of bend it just to kind of make sure you get that nice mold that you need it to be, the nice curvy mold. I just tend to bend mine just a little bit just to make sure. And then, oh, centerpiece. Can't forget that. Okay, what did I do with it? Because I know I had one. I think it said tea time for 2. I call myself being completely and utterly organized for you guys. Making sure I had everything where I needed to be and there were no problems. And I lost the centerpiece. Isn't that wonderful? Let's see. Here's my hinge. I can't believe I lost it. Ah, there it is. I found it. And I actually think I want to put this on Pop Dots. So let's see what we have. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. This is the front. And I was thinking that this will look kind of cute right there. Although this is kind of busy, but I think it works. So I'm just going to put this on Pop Dots and stick that down. Let's see. Oopsie. Let's see. Sorry if I shook the camera. I tried to make sure I didn't do that, but I don't think I succeeded. So all I'm doing now is just putting this on Pop Dots so I can actually stick this down for you guys. Sorry this was such a long tutorial. I called myself prepping as much as I could to make sure that it wasn't super long. Okay, there we go. So let me just smooth this down and then I can take these off. Let's see. What's that? Almost done. Oh, I was about to say, I know I missed one. Okay. Of course, make sure that I have it right sides up and try to center it. Let's see. I think that's centered, and make sure it's straight. And then just mash it down. And there it is. There's the tea bag holder. It says, I hope you feel better soon. This is also a sentiment from the cut file as well. So, here it is. Let me put some tea bags in it so you guys can kind of see what I was talking about. So you can see that it actually, everything fits. There are no problems. Let's see. Did I get tea bags? Oh yeah, I did. I think I missed one. There we go. Okay. So, all you have to do is slide it right in there. Pop that up just a little bit and they slide perfectly. So let me switch hands, that way I can do this right side up instead of upside down for you guys. Excuse me, you just slide it right here on this side right here. Make sure this pops up just a little bit and you're able to slide it right in with no problem. And then you can add a picture or add a like another piece of paper to be able to journal with this pretty background on both sides, however you want to do. And again, you just add your tea bag to your loved one or your friend or whomever you're giving this to. And this would make such a wonderful gift, whether it be Christmas, birthday, or just because. Place for pictures or a journal, however you want to do that. And again, your last 2 pages for your picture. For your tea bag, sorry. And they slide right in. And then there's the back. You can add your signature, or a note to the person that you made this for. I think the bling is actually kind of cute. I don't think it's going to focus though for me. There we go. Okay, see this piece is coming up right here. So you just add some hot glue to that. Oh, sorry. Just to make sure that it stays put. And again, once you put this together, just kind of let it sit and then go back and look at it again the next day. And just make sure it's not coming up. There's nothing else that you need to do. Okay? And you can kind of mold it like I said before. And there's your tea bag holder. It actually turned out really, really cute. It just says, I hope you feel better soon. Here's the bling. And here's the purpley gray for the trim. And then there's the bling. Okay? So again, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you guys if you were wondering how I made this book. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.